All right, welcome back to Not 72 Questions with Not Vogue. And up today we have Jason Atkinson. What is your title and who do you work with most closely on a day-to-day basis?
I am a sales director, and there probably is a little bit of an echo right now, but don't worry, that'll go away in a second. We've troubleshooted this, so you're all good there. On a day-to-day basis, I work with the sales team, and more specifically, Lee and Ty are my reports, and I work with them a lot. I get feedback from the entire sales team, and also I talk to Cody a lot because that dude's awesome. So is Anthony. Shout out there to you guys.
Shout out. I agree. If you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would you choose and why?
This one was easy for me, Ryan. Because I'd say Captain Planet because I mean we have to have like a real hard conversation about his empty promises right now. Like that jingle, like he's gonna be our hero and take pollution down to zero. That's not been happening. So that guy's just not doing his job. I'd like to spend some time with him.
Agreed. If you could meet any living person for dinner, who would you pick and why?
Dave Chappelle. I mean, that would be a hilarious dinner, but there would also be some serious wisdom mixed in. So I think Dave Chappelle. And for some reason, a close second was Shaq. I think that dude's awesome.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. Didn't see that one coming up.
No, not at all. If you had to delete all but 3 apps from your smartphone, which ones would you actually keep?
You know, I went with TikTok with this one, and
Solid.
you can do so many things with TikTok, right? You got all the recipes, and I mean, there's just some funny stuff on there. There's a lot of stuff you can do on TikTok. Uber, of course, I got to get around somewhere,
Safety first.
Yep. And then is Lee listening? Because if so, I'd have to have Gmail on there so I could check my work email all day long.
Oh, look at that. That's a star student right there. What's the weirdest food you've ever eaten?
I actually ate pig brain with it was hot pot, and it was when I was in China at a restaurant called Haidi Lao. And it's just as gross as you would imagine. It wasn't fun.
That's got to be a texture thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I still.
What are your 3 favorite drinks?
So I like whiskey and bourbon specifically. And for those of you who don't know, bourbon is a type of American whiskey, a barrel-aged distilled liquor made primarily from corn. The name derives from the French Bourbon dynasty. Although the precise inspiration is uncertain, contenders would include the Bourbon County in Kentucky and Bourbon Street in New Orleans, both of which are named after the dynasty. So, and then the other 2 drinks I would have are water and wine. Keep a clear mind. Yeah, I like bold reds when it comes to wine. But yeah, I mean, like, if a wine is made well, I'll enjoy it, right? So if it's, I could drink Chardonnay like a soccer mom if it's made well. So, it's got to be a good, very well made wine. So,
if you could broadcast a podcast show, what would it be about?
Politics and religion. Just ruffle the feathers and just argue all day long with zero resolution. It would be incredible and amazing.
Sounds like America. What would the title of your autobiography be?
It would be Swaggity Dripopolis, The Chronicles of a Dapper Unicorn Beast Legend.
What would you like to do when you retire?
Actually, this one, I mean, I'm kind of doing a lot of the things now that I would like to do. And I don't think that retirement should be looked at as just like a horizon or a pinnacle, because I don't know. I mean, people that look forward to retirement, to me, is kind of like, I mean, you never know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. So
I feel like the idea of retirement could be a little boring if you're not doing something.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, obviously saving up for that day, but I'm doing all the things now that I would like to. So I guess in a nutshell, when I get to that point, I'll be golfing all day long. But
if you were stranded on a desert island, what 3 items would you want to have with you?
I would say an iPhone with built-in Wi-Fi reception, a charger, and a plug with electricity. But then I could just leave whenever I really wanted. So,
right. Yeah, you're beating the system there.
I am, yeah.
As a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
This is kind of cheesy. I wanted to be in the NFL. I mean, and then I just never grew. So I just was still really short and has nothing to do with my athletic ability. You know, I could definitely be in the NFL if I wanted, but it was just my height. And that was it.
Yeah, that's not cheesy at all. That's I think a lot of dreams. As a child, what did you want to be? Oh, did I just say that? What's your favorite place of all the places that you visited?
Florence, Italy. And I mean, I love that place, but Lucerne, Switzerland was a close second too. Top of the Swiss Alps. That was incredible.
I feel like it's very clean there.
Super clean. The air is clean. Everything is clean. It was really nice. Yeah.
Dig it. If you had a time machine, would you go back in time or would you go forward into the future?
I mean, have you seen Idiocracy? Because
Yes.
that is where we're headed. I would definitely go back in time.
Going back.
I'd write down, I write down all the lottery numbers first, and all the sports games and stuff, and obviously become super rich because I know the future. But then with that money, I take 99% of that, and I build like this conglomerate charity that like audits all the other charities in the world, and the ones that are terrible and shady will be shut down and just prosecuted. And the best ones, I'll just reward them with fat donations. And then I'd open up a dog rescue and I'd visit it every day and drink wine.
That's pretty epic. That's like life-saving stuff there. You're like trying to save the world. I dig it.
Yeah, I thought about that one a lot.
You really did. What was the first thing you bought with your own money?
Dude, I had a paper out in middle school, and I actually bought my girlfriend at the time. I bought her a Puff Daddy CD.
And that's all we need to say about that. What was the worst job you ever had?
I worked at a small Italian restaurant in New York when I was young, and I was washing dishes, and it was just like it was crazy, man. Those pots were just like unscrubbable, so it was rough.
If you could hold on to one memory, what would it be?
This one was a good one. I really liked this one, and I may have gamed the system a little bit on this one, but I have a little inspirational thing here. So I would say like right before you die, when your life just flashes before your eyes, like all those moments, like in an instant. So that instant, from like the tragedies to the triumphs, the ups and downs, the sadness and all the happiness, I can look back and I can say, I made a positive difference. And through that journey, I became more empathetic, more compassionate, and I got to the pinnacle of self-actualization. I hope I created and consumed culture and led a meaningful life, because isn't that what it's all about, Ryan?
Yeah.
Isn't that what the journey is all about?
Wow. That was intense. Thanks, Jason.